At approximately 11 a.m. on March 18, 2026, Trooper Permenter received information about a suspect wanted by federal authorities traveling in a Kia Forte. Permenter and assisting officers located the vehicle, but when he attempted to initiate a traffic stop, the suspect immediately accelerated and fled. Following a precise pit maneuver, the suspect was taken into custody without further incident. He now faces a series of serious charges in connection with the pursuit, in addition to the consequences stemming from his outstanding warrant. At approximately 6:40 p.m. on February 14, 2026, Trooper Key and Kentucky State Police responded to Horse Cave to investigate a possible assault. A silver Buick belonging to the victim, John Ray, was identified as leaving the scene and possibly driven by the suspect. Units searched the area and located the vehicle near Love's Travel Stop. Detective Salmon attempted a stop at L&N Turnpike and Highway 218, but the vehicle fled, initiating a pursuit with Salmon in the lead.
For copy, continuing out 218, you guys are still towards the interstate or getting on the interstate?
Yeah. Road, 650, I can call it. I'm fine. On her, we got the speeds of 57, light traffic. Single operator, white male.
You got two airbag turns on the left, one to the right.
He's in the middle of the road, I can get up to him. I have permission to pit him out if I get a safe chance.
Yeah, behind me, we're going. Go
ahead.
And right to your first level. Our units headed toward Horse Cave on 31. We're Night Ridge Road headed toward Mountain National Park. We have another town community called Crawl, Step Swing Road at this point. Loaded. With a supervisorship information of being customer being taxed from my copy of
That's digital, what he said.
That's 10 forward, you're clear.
Damn.
If you got a hard side coming up here,
Unit 3A is going to set up on Fisher Ridge with spikes.
He just threw something out the window. There's a bag right back there.
I'll get you an American when I can. Off the road.
The pursuit continued to the 4000 block of Flint Ridge Road, where Trooper Key successfully executed a pit maneuver, sending the vehicle off the roadway, through a fence, and into a nearby pasture. The suspect immediately fled on foot, but was quickly apprehended after a short foot pursuit without further incident. He was identified as Brandon Wees. Further investigation revealed Wees had a suspended license and no valid driver's license or proof of insurance. A bag he discarded during the pursuit was recovered and found to contain suspected controlled substances. At approximately 9:45 p.m. on February 10th, 2026, St. Louis County deputies attempted to stop a driver for reckless behavior on Grand Avenue in Duluth. The driver, later identified as 30-year-old Donald Felver III of Duluth, chose to flee in his vehicle, setting off a pursuit, unaware that this single decision would ultimately lead to a tragic outcome.
Driving recklessly on Grand westbound.
Cross Street?
Went on I-35, driving in the wrong lane, speeding.
10-4, are you pursuing?
200, what's your wishes? In the wrong lane.
Hey, op, he's a dangerous public safety. I'm right behind you.
Okay, just going by Raleigh.
10-4, did you say you were getting on I-35 though?
I just turned up. Just a straight this here. Going by South 69th Avenue West. Plate's gonna be Sam, Mary George, 542. We're going through an alley going. I don't know what alley I'm in, but we're headed this one.
10-4, he's found in the alley.
Westbound 70th Avenue West.
Westbound on 70th Avenue West.
Passing Red Roof.
Passing Red Roof.
Back on your end.
10-4, east or westbound?
Sorry, westbound is going past South 7th Avenue West.
10-4, passing until 72nd Avenue West westbound. It looks like it's going to come back to a party on 54th Avenue West to Donald Felver.
Yeah, he's on fire now. Still want to stay a successful pit.
Yeah, he's on fire now. That's a good one.
10-4, pitting at 10-4, pitting at 2142.
What the fuck? fucking hands up! Put them up!
207 over.
Never.
Go ahead.
Fuck! Did he get you? I don't know if I'm hit. Tell him shots fired, dude.
Shots fired. Hold the channel.
I don't know if I'm hit, Josh. I don't know if I'm hit. Get down.
After a pit maneuver brought the vehicle to a stop, deputies approached on foot, at which point Felver pulled a handgun and fired at them. Sergeant Burnt and Deputy Sobchak returned fire, striking Felver, who was the sole occupant of the vehicle. He was pronounced dead at the scene. A handgun and spent shell casings were recovered from inside his vehicle, and no deputies were injured in the incident.
Check yourself. I got it. Go check yourself. Get out of here.
At approximately 10:52 p.m. on April 1st, 2026, Trooper Jackson Shoemate received a request for assistance from the North Little Rock Police Department, which was pursuing a vehicle westbound on Interstate 630 in Little Rock. While monitoring the department's radio traffic, he heard officers report that they had lost sight of the vehicle near the intersection of Cedar Street and West 18th Street. Trooper Shoemate then traveled south on University Avenue and located the suspect vehicle, a white Honda Accord, at the intersection of South University Avenue and Broadmoor Drive at approximately 10:58 p.m., where it failed to stop for a red light. With emergency lights and siren activated, he attempted to initiate a traffic stop, but the driver fled.
That vehicle I can. What's the place?
Rocky Bay, 1063 for Adam 98.
It's on Broadmoor now. Speeds are 60, no traffic, passing Berkshire.
Zoe's got the car?
Yeah, I've got it at Broadmoor and Berkshire. I'm in pursuit. Adam 98.
Adam 98.
Passing Barbara, speeds 50.
Who advised the Johnson address? What was it?
1915 Johnson Street.
Passing Cleveland now, speed 70.
Speed 70.
Back at University Cross.
I didn't catch it.
Through the red light.
Back University.
Passing traffic.
Broadway and Berkshire.
No traffic now. Just going with the stop signs.
No traffic.
Passing Fillmore. We're going a bunch of speed bumps here.
That's Fillmore.
That's Little Rock that picked it up?
Passing Fair Park.
Believe it was ASP. And Fillmore.
Passing Highway 50. And going
We are passing
north on Harrison.
ASP 2. North on Harrison.
And going east on 10th Street.
He's on 10th
Roll
Street.
the rock out. You got the car?
Passing Jackson Street. And going south on Monroe.
Little Rock 3X40. Are y'all still in pursuit of
10th
this?
Street, south on Monroe.
Yes, ASP Adam 98. South on Monroe at Charles Bussey. West on Charles Bussey, south on the next street over. God dang, dude. Going back towards University. Got anyone just hanging around there?
I'm at 12th and Jonesboro trying to wait on y'all to come back out.
Alright, we're west on 22nd from Harrison.
Although the vehicle was not traveling at extremely high speeds, the suspect drove through intersections with blatant disregard for safety. Along the narrow streets of the residential neighborhood, getting close enough to perform a pit maneuver proved difficult. For the moment, Trooper Shoemate's best option was to maintain pursuit at a safe distance and wait for a safer opportunity to act.
West on 26th.
Both Rockies currently in pursuit, south on Bussy, I think.
South on Fillmore. And west on 28th. All right, call it for me. God dang it! Fuck.
Coming up to the university. Straight across. Going through the neighborhoods. We're on Broadmoor Drive right now. Making a left on Belmont. Speed's about 40.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he went down this way anymore. I think he may have blacked out. He went over a hill. I couldn't see him.
Any updates anywhere? There's Little Rock and it's headed westbound on Asher right now, coming to University. Looks like they're all westbound on Asher. There's two left going in both directions. I'm not sure where we're going.
We're back in the Broadmoor neighborhood. I lost him for now.
Am I mad about Broadway?
God damn. We're in the Broadmoor neighborhood off of University. I've lost him. I don't mind Little Rock. I'm going to shut it down for now. I can't see him.
Yeah, where'd you lose sight of the map?
I believe it was at Bellevue.
Sergeant Shoemate ultimately lost sight of the vehicle after it ran a red light at the intersection of West 28th Street and South University Avenue. Later, Officer Anthony Valise contacted Sergeant Shoemate and advised that he had previously stopped the same suspect vehicle, identifying the driver as Bradley Bryant. According to the officer, Bryant fled from that earlier traffic stop, reportedly because he was wanted on serious felony warrants. On December 4th, 2025, at about 3:44 p.m., Highway Patrol requested assistance in an active vehicle pursuit. Sergeant Jacobs intercepted the chase on northbound Interstate 530 near mile marker 7 and took primary control. He observed the suspect vehicle reaching speeds of roughly 125 miles per hour and driving recklessly, including passing other vehicles on the shoulder at high speed.
Making out the equal heavy traffic.
Both vehicles then left the roadway on the right shoulder and went down an embankment where the suspect's car struck a dirt mound and was disabled. Sergeant Jacobs, along with a highway patrol officer, approached the suspect vehicle and issued verbal commands for the driver to exit. The driver ignored those commands. Sergeant Jacobs then removed his baton and shattered the driver's side window. Officers opened the door, secured the suspect's hands, and took him to the ground, arresting him without further incident.
He almost got it corrected, so whenever I got right back up.
At approximately 12:34 a.m. on March 19th, 2026, an officer on patrol observed a black Dodge SUV speeding past at a high rate of speed on westbound I-40 near the Main Street exit. The officer activated emergency lights and siren, but the driver accelerated to over 110 miles per hour and fled, initiating a high-speed pursuit.
Operation, sir. Charles, want to go ahead and notify state. He just took the exit for military. He's passed the vehicle on the shoulder. Charles 23. He's taking a left onto Charles Boyer, headed toward the military. State's got him now. I'm second state's in primary. Charles 23, we're going to be on military. We're headed south on military. Charles 23, we're going on the Joe K. Polk. Speed's about 80 miles an hour. State's primary, I'm secondary. Wrong side of the state, you're right. Trying to catch up. They got a TBI. Alright, they went through the TBI. They're still headed westbound. on Joe Pope. They're getting back onto the roadway. All right, state's got another TBI. Felony stop.
The vehicle then turned onto Joe Pock Road and traveled southwest. After about 3 miles, Arizona State Troopers brought it to a stop using a tactical intervention. The driver, identified as Jonathan Roots, complied with commands and was taken into custody. A search of the vehicle revealed a PSAAR-15 located directly behind the driver's seat within reach, with a loaded magazine inserted. Records also showed Roots had a prior conviction for burglary or unlawful entry on July 13, 2022.
Get the fuck out of here! Turn around!
On December 2, 2025, around 8 p.m., Clark County deputies were investigating a burglary and vehicle theft in northeast Vancouver involving a stolen car believed to contain a firearm. The vehicle was later found parked at a Starbucks near West Main Street and State Route 503 in Battleground. As officers moved in, with additional grappler-equipped units requested, the suspect accelerated and fled. A pursuit followed, and despite tire deflation devices damaging the tires, the suspect continued to run.
Northbound 70 seconds.
Hands up!
Show me your hand! Hands up! Put your hands up!
Back up, back up.
You good?
Get in your car and pin him. Get in your car, pin him.
Back up, back up. Mike, if you ran into the car,
Hands up right now! In front of you?
I've got a stick.
You are coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back.
At about 7:19 a.m. on September 14, 2025, Trooper Middlecoff observed a white Honda Civic traveling over the speed limit on Interstate 40. He activated his emergency lights to initiate a stop as the Honda exited at mile marker 265. At first, the driver appeared to comply by stopping at an intersection, but as Trooper Middlecoff stepped out of his patrol car, the Honda suddenly sped off at high speed, beginning a pursuit the driver would soon regret. The pursuit reached speeds of over 130 miles per hour and quickly became extremely reckless. Seeing the danger to the public, Trooper Middlecoff decided to use a high-speed pit maneuver to bring the chase to an end.
Driver, show your hands! Driver, show your hands! Just east of Lehigh.
With the airbags deployed, officers could not see the driver. After forming an approach, the driver complied and was taken into custody without further incident. He admitted he had no driver's license, which appeared to be the reason for his attempt to flee.
Please tell me you didn't run because...
On September 17, 2024, at about 5:56 p.m., Trooper Guerriere with the Florida Highway Patrol attempted to stop a black Lincoln displaying an expired temporary tag on Southwest 10th Street, east of Powerline Road. When he activated his emergency lights and siren, the driver took off.
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. And let me say that the United States Congress, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill, which I supported. And that bill would have put 1,500 more border agents on the border to help those folks who are working there right now overtime, trying to do their job. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. I know there's so many families watching.
The driver accelerated, weaving through traffic and nearly colliding with two other vehicles while changing lanes. The car then ran a red light at Newport Center Drive before entering Interstate 95 southbound. Recognizing the danger to other motorists, Trooper Guerriere made the decision to perform a precision immobilization technique to bring the pursuit to an end.
What's your 1020 now?
Trooper Guerrier executed the pit maneuver, ending the pursuit. The driver, identified as Vintoya Woodard, was taken into custody at 6:01 p.m. A child was found in the front passenger seat. Paramedics confirmed the child was unharmed, and custody was later released to a family member. Woodard told officers she fled out of fear and admitted her license had been suspended. A female deputy from the Broward County Sheriff's Office conducted a search before Trooper Guerrier transported Woodard to the Broward County Jail without incident. At about 9:09 p.m. on September 15, 2025, Officer Jacobs was patrolling westbound on Interstate 630 near the 6-mile marker when he spotted a white passenger van merging onto I-630 westbound from the John Barrow on-ramp. The van quickly accelerated, reaching 80 miles per hour in a 55-mile-per-hour zone, a speed confirmed by Jacobs' radar. He followed as the van transitioned from I-630 westbound to I-430 northbound, then activated his emergency lights to initiate a stop. The van pulled over onto the right shoulder near the 7-mile marker.
430 north at the 8. David Boyd, 434-775. Be a white Infiniti G37.
Careful.
As Officer Jacobs approached from the passenger side, the driver suddenly sped off. Jacobs immediately gave chase and radioed dispatch for support. The suspect continued northbound on Interstate 430, blowing past the 8-mile marker at speeds reaching 130 miles per hour, driving recklessly and with no headlights on.
49, what's your direction?
430 north past an 8. Speed 90. Still 430 north, speed 138. Traffic's light.
Okay.
Taking cancel. Disregard, staying on 430.
Staying on 430.
Going towards the river bridge.
Out of 9, white, Infiniti G37. So if you get in there, call it.
Still 430 north on the river bridge. Speed's 135. Traffic's moderate. He just blacked out.
10-4 blacked out.
Taking a 12.
Taking a 12.
The suspect took exit 12 onto Maumelle Boulevard, where he briefly lost control at the top of the off-ramp, tearing off the vehicle's front bumper. Despite the damage, he regained control and continued westbound, pushing speeds up to 120 miles per hour. He weaved recklessly through traffic, past cars on the shoulder, and blew through red lights without hesitation.
Westbound on Overlord. Speed 132, preparing to pit. Bud. I'm trying to catch up. Get eyes on it, call it.
Still west on my mail, backs on the shoulder.
Still west, backs on the shoulder.
Still blacked out, we're headed west, speed's 100, traffic's light.
Traffic light, still blacked out, speed 100.
TVI!
Officer Jacobs attempted to position himself for a TVI, but nearby traffic initially prevented the maneuver. As the suspect slowed while entering a curve, Jacobs executed a successful TVI on the driver's side. The suspect's vehicle spun clockwise, went off the roadway, rolled onto the driver's side, and crashed into a tree. Jacobs immediately requested EMS and approached the vehicle, where he found a child crying inside. He quickly informed dispatch that a young child was involved.
Get him up! Show me your hands, I'll shoot you!
Adam 42, Little Rock, 1097.
Hold on, please! Show me your fucking hands! I'm gonna go around the tree.
Sounds good. Hey, keep your hands where I can see them now!
Got kids?
Yeah.
Over here!
Baby, get here now!
Little Rock advised medical. There is children in the car.
We can see them!
I got you if you want to go.
Baby, get here now!
Hands, motherfucker! Give me your kid right now!
Hand your kid out the goddamn window!
Hand me your kid, you stupid motherfucker!
I can't see how to get out, man!
Hand the kid out the back window!
When backup arrived, Officer Jacobs looked through the rear window and saw a crying child and the driver, later identified as Willie Wright Jr., holding an infant. Wright initially refused to release them, but eventually handed both children to EMS. He was then removed from the vehicle, placed on the ground, and taken into custody without further incident. Officers smelled alcohol on Wright, though he refused a breath test. A search found an open bottle of Jack Daniels and a foam cup with alcohol residue in the car. A child seat was present, but not properly secured, and there were no restraints for the 4-year-old. The children's mother later arrived and assumed custody while EMS continued treatment.
I know you ain't.
At approximately 3:30 a.m. on August 14, 2021, Arkansas State Police received a request to assist in a pursuit involving a red SUV fleeing from Little Rock officers. Trooper Byrd and other units quickly joined the chase, tracking the suspect vehicle based on information relayed by dispatch.
We're going to be westbound on right. Be bound on the right, just cross boundary, speed 50. South on Schiller.
Trooper Byrd then quickly moved into the lead position and attempted a pit maneuver twice, but both attempts were unsuccessful. Undeterred, he continued to pursue the vehicle closely, waiting for another opportunity to perform the pit.
He's on 19 crossing Summit.
You wrecked out, started 1016.
Carter's Medical, Wolfen 19th.
Moments later, the driver lost control at an intersection, veered onto the curb, and collided with a parked vehicle, causing the suspect's SUV to overturn onto its roof. Officers quickly moved in and took the suspect into custody. He sustained minor injuries during the crash.
Wait over here. 19th will stand by. Stand by, we're taking him into custody. Central suspects in custody, you can clear the channel. Can you start me a 1018, please?
Affirmative. All units, main channel is clear. Main channel is clear. Resuming normal traffic is...
At approximately 2:30 p.m. on January 18th, 2026, Arkansas State Police received information regarding a stolen ambulance. A rapid search was initiated, and Trooper Goins soon located an ambulance traveling with its emergency lights activated and driving in the wrong direction of traffic. Trooper Goins immediately made a U-turn and began following the vehicle in an attempt to conduct a traffic stop.
Okay, just run on straight.
Although Trooper Goins attempted to perform a pit maneuver, the suspect managed to evade it. At an intersection, the suspect suddenly drove straight into a stop sign at high speed, clearly demonstrating extremely reckless behavior.
Wrong way, wrong way, wrong way.
As Trooper Goins attempted to overtake the ambulance to slow it down, the suspect stopped and tried to turn around, but struck a concrete median and became stuck. Trooper Hyland quickly used his patrol vehicle to block any escape. The suspect was then ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint and taken into custody without further incident. Around 12:34 a.m. on January 21, 2023, Trooper Jensen was patrolling southbound on I-85 near mile marker 53 when he spotted a single headlight rapidly approaching from behind. He estimated the motorcycle's speed at 109 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone, and radar confirmed it at 113 miles per hour. As the vehicle approached and slowed, it was confirmed to be a motorcycle, distinguished by its single headlight and loud exhaust. Trooper Jensen activated his emergency lights and stopped the dark-colored bike with Georgia plates. The rider came to a stop but refused to dismount, prompting commands over the loudspeaker.
Take the keys out and drop them on the ground. Negative 5 noon 1038 with a motorcycle.
Trooper Jensen ordered the rider to remove the key and drop it, but the rider didn't comply, forcing the trooper to repeat the command several times. The rider eventually removed his helmet, looked back at the patrol car, and raised his hands in confusion, but the motorcycle was still running. Jensen noticed the rider shifting gears with his left foot, signaling an attempt to flee. He quickly alerted D-Team Communications and maneuvered his patrol car between the motorcycle and the guardrail to block an escape. Despite this, the rider accelerated and fled onto the roadway.
Going all the way right-hand lane. No turn signal. Going in the shoulder. Noonan, he's in the shoulder. 1050 Noonan, 1050, bad 1050 Noonan.
As they neared exit 47, Bullsboro, the rider shifted from the left to the right lane. While navigating a curve near the ramp, the motorcycle hit a slick area, possibly a blood spill, and veered off the road, striking dirt and grass before flipping. Trooper Jensen immediately notified D-Team Communications and requested fire and EMS support. The rider, identified as Jose Luis Ampuero by his Georgia license, was in and out of consciousness with a strong odor of alcohol. Though his eyes were closed, he groaned in pain and appeared disoriented.
I got you cleared.
Hey, brother, where you heard it? You conscious? You heard it.
He ain't talking yet. He ain't talking yet.
Don't move him too much. Just cut him out.
I got you, light.
When asked why he failed to stop, Ampuero couldn't provide an explanation. While in the back of the ambulance, Trooper Jensen informed him he was under arrest for DUI. The trooper read Georgia's implied consent notice and requested a blood sample, to which Ampuero verbally agreed. But paramedics were unable to draw blood due to poor vein access. Ampuero was later airlifted to Grady Memorial Hospital for treatment of his injuries.
And if you can, go ahead and start me a 51 for that motorcycle.
At approximately 10:47 p.m. on May 1st, 2024, a Kentucky state trooper observed a red Chevrolet Corvette traveling at 105 miles per hour on Interstate 69 near Draffinville. The trooper attempted to catch up to initiate a traffic stop, but the driver refused to stop and instead fled, triggering a high-speed pursuit. Over the next several minutes, the pursuit escalated to extreme speeds, at times reaching 140 to 150 miles per hour. Despite efforts to keep pace, the trooper was only able to observe the Corvette from a distance as it continued fleeing at high speed.
I got him. He's coming straight on towards me. Coming straight on towards me. He's going through a yard. He went through someone's yard. Here. Where? There, yeah. Go. We're back on.
Yeah, so repent his speed reaches to 310.
Turn in onto Custis. Turn it on to Custis. There is no outlet here.
Your free station, thank you.
We are going through a field now. Going through field now.
It's supposed to be 10-3, supposed to be 10-3.
After about 17 minutes, the driver veered off the roadway into a wooded area where the Corvette became stuck. The driver, identified as Otis McKinney, 29, was taken into custody and charged in both Marshall and McCracken counties with reckless driving, wanton endangerment, fleeing and evading police, and criminal mischief. During the arrest, McKinney appeared agitated and repeatedly asked officers to take him straight to jail. Authorities later stated that multiple attempts had been made to stop McKinney during the pursuit, all unsuccessful, despite this being his first known encounter with the Kentucky State Police.
What you got on you? Get up. Get up. Get up.
On April 4th, 2023, at approximately 2:53 p.m., dispatch received a report from the Fort Smith Police Department regarding a 2005 white Dodge Ram 1500 pickup truck that was wanted in connection with an armed robbery. Sergeant Roy Moomey reported that the suspect vehicle had entered the parking lot of the state police headquarters with a Fort Smith Police Department patrol vehicle behind it with emergency lights activated. Sergeant Moomey joined the pursuit. However, despite both patrol vehicles operating their emergency lights, the suspect vehicle failed to stop.
Suspect, are you supposed to have a weapon with him? We're approaching the two. Good, well, camera behind us. The yellow block is taking a turn, roadway to west. Lead intake 64. Still approaching it. We're getting pretty close to it now. Take 64. Mike, mid. Good, we're taking 64. I'm gonna try to get the 20 bridges in town. He's gonna have picture of that.
Initially, the suspect vehicle fled at speeds of approximately 60 to 80 miles per hour. At that time, the officers were able to remain close behind the vehicle, but due to heavy traffic conditions, performing a PIT maneuver was not considered safe. The officers continued the pursuit while maintaining a safe following distance, allowing them to monitor the suspect's movements and wait for a safer opportunity to intervene.
We're going to be coming up to the spike here pretty soon. Nancy, Hopper, Joe. I'm ready for you. They got spike there, yeah, I'm ready. Still eastbound. The red light is 25. Still going eastbound. He's going to come right to the bridges. Stay back, let's fight gate. 21 to add the second twin bridges, add the second twin bridges. We'll know, we have another unit. There's two spots set up. Stay back, let's fight gate. Everybody's there's going to be those coming after if he runs. The next everybody down the city. Right here. Good, we're looking at everyone by the summer. We continued on. We're still northbound past 30. Past Maple Shade, speed 100. Past Maple Shade, speed 100. We're ready to come around here and call you a little closer. We're still northbound, speed 100.
A few minutes later, as traffic conditions began to clear, officers started positioning their patrol vehicles in preparation to attempt a pit maneuver. However, the suspect accelerated significantly, increasing speeds to approximately 110 to 120 miles per hour, despite light rain conditions. The suspect also recklessly ran multiple red lights, creating a serious threat to public safety. At that point, officers determined that a high-speed pit maneuver would be necessary in order to bring the pursuit to an end.
Speed 100. Like passing somebody on that WO, left lane. Approach stage right. There's you back off when you're around it. I'll give it a push for this going. Get that foot up. passing school bus and a turning light. Coming up to a red light. Passing school bus. Brother, let me around you. 25, we gotta get the guy. 25, we gotta get the guy.
Still moving down, speed 100. Passing 282, speed 100. He's trying to dodge the pit. 25, let me get up there.
I'm trying.
No, I know, I'm just saying that I got a pit now. Passing on double yellow, passing a school bus, coming in oncoming traffic. We're coming up for Dow Jones, speed 100. Passing Dow Jones, speed still 100. There was still a white belt when he passed me on 64. Looks like I'm passing another school bus, double yellow. Speed 115. We're really trying to get him over. We got him pitted out.
After approximately 10 minutes of pursuit, Corporal Bass moved into position to conduct a pit maneuver. As he attempted the maneuver, the suspect suddenly steered toward Bass's patrol vehicle, striking the front left side of the unit. The suspect vehicle then struck a culvert, became airborne, crashed through 2 fences, and continued rolling, causing approximately $2,000 in property damage. The impact caused Corporal Bass's patrol vehicle to be lifted into the air, after which it struck an embankment, overturned, and came to rest upside down. Corporal Price and Sergeant Moomey ordered the suspect to exit the vehicle. The suspect refused to comply and was subsequently taken into custody. Corporal Bowman assisted Corporal Bass, who remained suspended upside down by his seatbelt inside the overturned patrol vehicle. The vehicle door was forced open and Bass was successfully freed. Emergency medical personnel evaluated the suspect at the scene. However, he refused medical treatment. Corporal Bass was transported to a hospital with a suspected head injury. The vehicle involved in the pursuit was later confirmed to have been stolen, and the suspect, Blasingame, was wanted in connection with an armed robbery. On February 6, 2022, at approximately 10:31 a.m., Officer Cochran received a report that a Chattanooga Police Department patrol vehicle had been stolen and was traveling southbound into Georgia on Interstate 75. Cochran positioned his patrol unit near the intersection of GA 151 and I-75 to intercept. Minutes later, the vehicle appeared and he joined the pursuit, continuing southbound at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour.
Contact 754, also be advised, got a good one for translation on our location.
This subject shot from the vehicle.
Got a phone 345.
There's enough on the 345 road, I always will. 345. This don't come to have some shot dicks in it, 345.
The suspect exited the interstate near mile marker 345, continued on to GA3, made a U-turn, and struck the shoulder, causing a tire to deflate. Trooper Cochran seized the opportunity and executed a pit maneuver.
Contact one. He got one tire down, he's locking up the pit. I'm railing him.
Clear contact leg.
Contact again. Heavy contact.
After two pit maneuvers, the suspect exited the vehicle with hands raised, but then fled on foot into a wooded area. A perimeter was established, and with the help of a canine unit, the suspect, later identified as 42-year-old Christopher Edward Parker, was located and taken into custody without further incident. At about 3:30 a.m. on April 17, 2022, along a dark stretch of U.S. Highway 301 in Dade City, a 49-year-old woman walking on the grassy shoulder was struck and killed by a hit-and-run driver. The impact was so violent that her body was severed, leaving investigators stunned. As some officers worked the crash scene and others searched for the fleeing vehicle, a silver 2005 Chevy pickup suddenly sped toward the area. Ignoring police commands, the driver ran over the victim's severed legs and fled the scene, forcing officers into a high-speed pursuit. The pursuit reached speeds of over 100 miles per hour. It took officers nearly 5 minutes to catch up to the suspect, during which a Star Chase tracking device was successfully deployed. As the vehicle began to slow, Officer Lucas moved into the lead position, ready to perform a pit maneuver at the first opportunity.
70 miles an hour. 10-4 County Road 70 miles per hour.
I'm working on your location now.
When the vehicle returned to the main road, Officer Lucas seized the opportunity and executed a pit maneuver, sending both vehicles off the roadway and bringing the chase to an end. Officers quickly surrounded the suspect's car and took the occupants into custody. The driver, 23-year-old Andrew Crumman, and his cousin, who was a passenger, were arrested. The passenger was later released after being found not involved. Crumman faces multiple charges, including driving under the influence, aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, fleeing and eluding, and false imprisonment. It was his 8th arrest in less than 4 years in Pasco County. On the evening of April 26, 2025, Trooper Drake observed a black Chevrolet Camaro driving with signs of impaired operation. Trooper Drake followed the vehicle briefly before activating his lights to attempt to stop. The driver initially slowed down but then suddenly accelerated, fleeing and leading police into a high-speed pursuit.
Hawks, Boy Robert, Victor, Ocean, Victor. Boy Robert, Victor, Ocean, Victor. Go ahead and show me 1037. 1037, coming out on the back way to 79 off 30.
Location.
Coming out on 79 on the back way from 30 on that side road. Black Camaro, Boy Robert, Victor, Ocean, Victor. Boy Robert, Victor, Ocean, Victor. Stop sign at 79, going back north towards Magnolia. Let the city know. Gonna be 79, heading back north towards Magnolia. Speed 60 and climbing across the city. Head direct. Speed 115, coming up on South Fraser, Columbia 11. Checking me. Coming up to the intersection here at 7982 East. Just about hit somebody walking across the road. Oh, Bob in spite.
Within minutes of the pursuit beginning, the driver became extremely reckless, fleeing at speeds of 110 to 120 miles per hour. Trooper Drake attempted to pass and slow the vehicle down, but the driver continued to accelerate and evade with reckless abandon. A tire deflation device was then deployed, and it appeared to make contact with both the suspect's vehicle and the police car.
Yes, sir, I believe so. Got him too. I'm not showing him losing any tire pressure or feeling anything right now. Coming past Lineberger, 79 northbound.
22, he's on 79 by Walmart.
Coming up to A2 West 79 North. Police, this is one that ran from Price to Stevens. TBI, he's in the tree. Start me at 1016. TBI in the tree, 79 north before McNeil. I need EMS.
Central, you direct, need EMS.
A few minutes later, a successful TVI was executed at 119 miles per hour, causing the suspect's vehicle to veer into a ditch and crash into a nearby tree. The driver became trapped in the vehicle and required police assistance to exit. He was taken into custody without further incident.
Unit G22 joint call. CFS comments added.
Central, you 1022, rescue.
CFS comments added.
On January 22, 2024, at about 2:18 p.m., Trooper David Ramos was patrolling northbound on County Road 229 when he spotted a black Infiniti Q60 traveling south with an illegally tinted front windshield. Trooper Ramos made a U-turn and followed the vehicle as it pulled into a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot in Wildwood, Florida. At first, the driver fled through smaller residential streets, likely hoping that constant turns would help shake the patrol unit. But with the Florida trooper maintaining control of the pursuit, the vehicle was unable to create much distance. The driver then changed tactics, merging onto U.S. Highway 301 southbound and accelerating to speeds around 110 miles per hour. After 2 consecutive pit maneuvers, the BMW was disabled. The driver immediately jumped out and ran, but surrendered as soon as Trooper Ramos drew his taser. The passenger initially did the same and also complied when he saw the taser. At that moment, the driver shouted, "Run, Rue, run," prompting the passenger to flee eastbound. The driver was identified as Marlon Daquan Underwood. A records check showed his driver's license had been revoked since 2019. At approximately 2:12 a.m. on February 11, 2024, the North Little Rock Police Department requested assistance with a vehicle pursuit on I-440 West. Trooper Cass responded from Interstate 30 East near mile marker 131 and assumed primary position in the pursuit on Interstate 440 near mile marker 1.
There he is. He's swerving all over the place. They look like they're about to hit her. Speed 36, no traffic.
Get up. Push it.
State's got TVI. Appears to have been successful. Felony takedown.
Alright, don't get up in their way.
The driver immediately exited the vehicle, walked to the concrete barrier, looked over the edge, and then suddenly jumped. The drop was approximately 50 feet. After impact, the driver was unable to stand. Trooper Cass requested medical assistance while Corporal B. Ibarra approached and attempted to render aid. The driver was transported to UAMS, where Dr. Melissa Kest pronounced him deceased at 2:57 hours.
At around 3:20 a.m. on January 15th, 2023, Arkansas State Trooper Brandon Neal was on duty when he spotted a stolen 2017 Chevy Cruze on the roadway. Trooper Neal began to follow the vehicle and attempted a traffic stop, but the driver ignored his signals and sped off, leading officers on a pursuit.
South on Warren.
South on Warren.
We're stopped at Warren Valley.
I will fucking tase you. Come here. The hell is wrong with you? Give me your hand.
After just over a minute of pursuit, officers successfully stopped the suspect's vehicle. The female driver exited and attempted to flee on foot, but was quickly taken into custody. While being escorted back to the patrol car, she pleaded with the trooper not to arrest her for driving under the influence and offered a sexual favor, stating she had no STDs. The trooper firmly refused multiple times and advised her to stop speaking before calmly placing her in the police vehicle.
I know you're drunk. I can smell it.
I know.
So now you're DWI too.
Please don't do that. I fuck you.
No.
I'm not.
Stop talking.
I don't have no STDs.
Stop talking.
I swear.
Stop talking.
Fucking.
Stop. Stop.
I will fuck you. Can I escape? Please.
Stop.
My kid.
I don't care. Turn around.
I'm drunk. You want to let me go to jail? Seriously, don't put my whole life. I will fuck you. Like, I have no STDs. Let me go.
Go ahead and bring
Just say
someone else out here too. Stop talking.
I will not do this no more. Please. I need to get back to my kids. I'm drunk. Dude, this is like...
On March 6, 2026, at about 10:25 a.m., Trooper Hunter Grubbs was patrolling Highway 70 when he observed a black motorcycle traveling eastbound at a high rate of speed. Using his forward radar antenna and in-car display, Trooper Grubbs confirmed the motorcycle was traveling about 124 miles per hour in a 60-mile-per-hour zone. He immediately turned around, activated his emergency lights and siren, and attempted to stop the motorcycle.
Unlicensed black motorcycle. He has black, green, black helmet, no license plate, 70 east, eastbound. Here's stand by, I'm trying to get his attention. Still eastbound, passing Summit Ridge. Eastbound on the yield still. Speed 101.
Sorry, eastbound Georgia.
I got his attention, he's slowing down.
Trooper Grubbs pulled his patrol car alongside the motorcycle to get the rider's attention. The rider noticed him and initially pulled over to the shoulder. As both vehicles slowed, Trooper Grubbs attempted to position his patrol car in front of the motorcycle and ordered the rider to shut off the engine. The rider refused to comply and fled from the traffic.
White male. Eastbound US 70. This means right now at 146, eastbound on US 70, traffic slot. Stop was the speed, 160.
Well, that's great. Your base been no fun. Good.
72, I took my eyes on him. I'm on 128 now. State game 128, up on 128.
Easy, towards highway 5.
It's going to be a white male with black, brown beard, black helmet. It's going to have some lime green on it. We're passing the Milky Circle, front eyes on them. Coming up on Ira Williams next.
The black motorcycle over there,
still northbound, coming up on LD Trail. Still on eyes, 90 way. 90 way northbound. Yeah.
The pursuit continued east on Highway 70, with the motorcycle reaching speeds of about 146 miles per hour. Near the intersection of Highway 70 and Highway 128, the rider turned left onto Highway 128 and continued fleeing north at high speed. After losing sight of the motorcycle, Trooper Grubbs notified dispatch that he was terminating the pursuit for safety reasons.
Class C northbound on Highway 128.
Around 10 p.m. on July 10, 2025, Trooper Crossland was notified that the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office was in pursuit of a vehicle heading east on Interstate 40 near mile marker 135. As he merged onto the interstate from Highway 89, he observed the suspect vehicle approaching at high speed. Trooper Crossland activated his emergency lights and siren and joined the pursuit. Near mile marker 136, Trooper Crossland executed a pit at nearly 100 miles per hour after the suspect showed blatant disregard for public safety. The vehicle spun into a concrete wall, but the driver regained control and fled back onto the interstate. Corporal Jason Young then took the lead and performed another successful pit near the 137-mile marker. The suspect's vehicle spun counterclockwise from the far right lane to the left shoulder, once again slamming into the concrete wall. Trooper Crossland followed by pinning the front of the suspect's vehicle with his patrol car to block any further escape. He and Deputy Stube from the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office issued loud verbal commands for the driver to show his hands. In response, the suspect leaned out the window, raised both middle fingers and shouted, "How about that?"
Hands up, Doc! Put your fucking hands up! Get your ass out! Out of the fucking car! Get out of the fucking car! On your face! Get on the bag!
Officers were forced to use physical force to take the suspect into custody. He was identified as Dustin Kirkendall, who appeared to be heavily impaired by alcohol and possibly drugs. Open containers of alcohol were found inside the vehicle, and deputies later recovered suspected narcotics believed to have been thrown from the car at the start of the pursuit. Kirkendall was taken into custody by the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office and charged accordingly. In the early morning of December 31, 2023, while Officer Cavanis was following two speeding vehicles, he noticed several cars blocking the intersection of Colonel Glenn Road and David O. Dodd Road. In the middle of the intersection, a vehicle was performing donuts. As Officer Cavanis approached with emergency lights activated, a Toyota Camry fled eastbound on Colonel Glenn Road. Officer Cavanis attempted to block the Camry, but the driver swerved to avoid him and sped away at high speed. The suspect then turned south onto University Avenue, continuing to drive recklessly at approximately 140 miles per hour with the lights still off. As the pursuit passed under Interstate 30, the driver approached an intersection where several vehicles were stopped at a red light. It seemed like there was no escape, but the suspect wasn't ready to give up. The suspect swerved around stopped cars, ran the red light, and drove into oncoming traffic without headlights. He crashed head-on into two vehicles and tried to merge back into the correct lanes, slowing down significantly. Officer Cavanis performed a TBI, disabling the suspect's car. The driver, identified as Deshaun Slay, was taken into custody without further incident. A search of the vehicle revealed 2.9 grams of suspected marijuana in a glass jar, which was seized as evidence. Around 1:05 a.m. on March 14, 2025, Trooper Lucas was working a license checkpoint on Jedburgh Road near the Berkeley County line when a Nissan Altima approached, briefly stopped, then sped off, ignoring officers' commands. The vehicle fled into Berkeley County, and Trooper Lucas initiated a pursuit. Sergeant Knotts assumed supervision.
Unknown occupants. It's a white sedan. Looks like I believe I was right. It's a Nissan. Plate's gonna be 1012 Charleston. 432 Alpha Delta Quebec. 432 ADQ.
The suspect vehicle continued down Jedburgh Road onto Cooper Store Road, then turned right onto Black Tom Extension. At one point, the driver appeared to lose control but quickly regained it. Trooper Lucas followed through the grass onto Black Tom Road and continued onto Gillard Road.
Headed up to Willis Lane, slowing down. We're at speeds of 50, 60. Gonna go for a pit. We got Berkeley en route to me. We're coming to a stop here, Mulberry Crossing Lane.
The suspect then turned onto Old Highway 52, slowing to around 55 miles per hour. After an unsuccessful pit attempt, the suspect came to a stop near Mulberry Road. The driver and sole occupant identified as Daniel Bennett Jr. Bennett was transported to the Dorchester County Detention Center and charged with failure to stop for blue lights, second offense, driving under suspension, third offense, and reckless driving.
Let's check. Yes, sir. I apologize. You got anything on you that's gonna poke me, stick me, stab me? Yes, sir. All right, hang tight here for a second. You got him?
At about 1:30 p.m. on June 12, 2021, the Michigan State Police Lakeview Post responded to reports of a tan and brown Winnebago RV driving erratically near highways M91 and M46. Troopers observed the RV pass 9 vehicles on the right and run a red light. When officers attempted a traffic stop, the driver refused to comply. Troopers even pulled alongside the RV with lights activated, making eye contact with the driver, but she still sped past and refused to stop. The officers then shut off their lights and continued following the vehicle.
606414. I'm better than thinking. 3714. If you guys get strips out there somewhere, maybe down by, maybe, I don't know what's south of here, 14 or maybe Post. This thing's smoking pretty bad. Yeah, I'm a ways out. I think you got 5-2 and 5-7 is going to be a little bit closer to you, but I'm trying. They're taking the exit 17-mile road here. I think 6-6.
Hey, real quick, what's up? Hit speed.
Again.
Yeah, real quick.
We'll call you to statewide 6 is patched, so Kent County can monitor on the talker.
I'll call you back.
Kent County says if you need to stop 6, let them know.
A few minutes later, troopers executed a successful pit maneuver, forcing the RV to a stop. Both women inside were taken into custody and showed signs of alcohol use. The female driver was placed in a patrol car but denied being behind the wheel, attempting to pin the blame on her passenger. Officers informed her that she had been seen driving and that she now faced multiple charges, including fleeing and eluding, violating parole, and possession of stolen property linked to items found inside the RV. On September 11, 2024, Trooper Lasso Silva with the Florida Highway Patrol's Criminal Interdiction Unit was patrolling in Miami-Dade County with Trooper Pineda and K9 Axel when they were alerted to a stolen white van being pursued by Hialeah police near Okeechobee Road and South River Drive. Trooper Candelar located the van traveling eastbound on Northwest 74th Street Connector. As the driver began fleeing recklessly, Trooper Silva took over the pursuit as the primary unit. Despite multiple attempts to stop the vehicle, the suspect continued to flee with complete disregard for public safety.
So far, I'm just with Hialeah, getting to Okeechobee Road now from 79th Avenue.
Alright, southeastbound on Ogie from 79th Avenue.
Southbound on Ogie, approaching the Palmetto. Looks like we're going to be going Palmetto South, 23.
Alright, looking like it's going to take Palmetto South.
It's a white work van, white work van. Alright, South River Drive.
South River Drive, eastbound from 826.
23. Go for it.
Not long after joining the pursuit, Trooper Silva attempted a pit maneuver on the suspect's vehicle, but the contact was not forceful enough to stop it. Shortly after, the suspect crashed into another vehicle that was stopped at a red light. Despite the collision, the suspect continued to flee without stopping.
Signal 4, signal 4.
Signal 4.
10-4, but the vehicle's continuing. The vehicle's continuing.
Signal 4. Signal 4.
Trooper Silva performed a second pit near Northwest 74th Street and Northwest 72nd Avenue, successfully bringing the van to a stop in the center median. 3 suspects fled on foot. Trooper Silva chased and detained the front passenger with help from Hialeah police. Trooper Cantillar deployed K-9 gunner, who apprehended the driver. The rear passenger was also taken into custody by Hialeah officers. At about 5 p.m. on August 23, 2025, a flock camera detected a stolen Chevy Express van near 16th Street in Dayton. Officers quickly located the vehicle and attempted to stop. The driver, identified as 34-year-old John Raspitha, a former police officer with years of experience, refused to comply, sparking a pursuit.
On Oneida through 14th.
He's pulling out of it.
Let's go. The rear passenger wheel is about to fall off. Speeds are very low. We're like 20 miles an hour right now.
Pit eastbound, Poplar 14.
40! 40! 40! Hands up!
I'm with you.
The suspect ignored repeated commands to exit, prompting officers to break a window and deploy tear gas. Raspitha lit a cigarette, saying he would come out when finished, but the gas forced him outside, and he was quickly arrested. Inside the van, police found multiple credit and debit cards and IDs belonging to other people. On April 25, 2025, at approximately 10:54 p.m., Trooper Riles observed a white Ford F-350 with expired Arkansas license plates traveling southbound on John F. Kennedy Boulevard near West M Avenue. The registration had been expired since 2020. Trooper Riles moved to confirm the violation and attempted a traffic stop near John F. Kennedy Boulevard and West D Avenue. However, the driver refused to stop, continuing south on Cher Street before turning east onto West 33rd Street, ignoring a stop sign and accelerating to around 61 miles per hour. The vehicle then merged onto West D Avenue, prompting a pursuit.
D and Cypress on employee 311907. It's going to be on a white pickup. Copy, we are continuing D and Fiesta.
A few minutes later, the suspect vehicle entered Edgewood Memorial Cemetery, where it crashed into multiple headstones near the cemetery entrance.
Headed into the graveyard. They just ran over some graves. Continuing the grave north back. Try and get Baker 22 so he get his drone off. right here near Francis where we entered. Looks like we're just going in a circle in the cemetery. About to come back out on Francis. Looks like he just ran through it. Going to be northbound 39. Going to be eastbound on 39. That's Hayes Court, eastbound.
A few minutes later, Trooper Trey Davis took over the lead position in the pursuit and quickly executed a precise pit maneuver, causing the suspect's vehicle to crash into a telephone pole at the intersection of West 18th Street and Cher Street. Other officers immediately closed in, blocking any chance of escape. Both the driver and passenger were taken into custody without further incident. During the pursuit, the suspect damaged at least 5 headstones at Edgewood Memorial Cemetery.
Let go of the steering wheel!
On September 16, 2025, around 11:36 p.m., Trooper Hunter Glover was patrolling eastbound on Interstate 630 near the 6-mile marker when he spotted a black Nissan Pathfinder with temporary tags speeding past his patrol unit in the number 3 lane at about 90 miles per hour in a 60 miles per hour zone, its hazard lights flashing. Trooper Glover activated his blue lights and attempted a traffic stop. The Pathfinder slowed slightly to around 80 miles per hour, but refused to yield, continuing eastbound. Glover notified Troop A dispatch and turned on his sirens, but the driver made no attempt to stop. By the 4-mile marker, the vehicle was still traveling roughly 75 miles per hour, and Glover officially declared it a pursuit.
Item 8, 10-4, 1135.
Still eastbound, passing the 5, speed 77.
Little Rock, Item 21, do you want the net? Interstate 21. Little Rock, Item 21, do you want the net?
I gotta stand by. Passing the 4, speed 69. Approach him 1037.
Little Rock, the unit that is 1063 for Item 21.
Pull over now. Pull over now.
Pull over now or I'm putting you in the ditch. Coming up on the freebie, he keeps waving out the window at me.
Coming up on the 3B.
Trooper Glover positioned his patrol vehicle alongside the driver's side and used the PA system to order the driver to pull over, warning that he would force the vehicle to stop if necessary. The driver extended her hand out the window as if signaling him to let her pass. Observing that she was holding a cell phone and checking her screen, Trooper Glover saw text messages rather than an emergency call. He then executed a tactical vehicle intervention, spinning the Pathfinder about 90 degrees counterclockwise. Trooper Glover quickly exited his vehicle, drew his firearm, and took the driver into custody. 2 off-duty Little Rock officers arrived to assist. The driver, later identified as 40-year-old Sherhonda Collins, was secured in the back of Trooper Glover's patrol vehicle.
Step to me. All right, cool. Step out of the car. Step out of the car and come to me. Keep your hands up.
On Thursday, November 21st, 2023, Trooper Tyler Gentry was patrolling Highway 67 in Miller County, Arkansas, when he saw a black 2004 Chevrolet Cavalier following too closely. He initiated a traffic stop as the vehicle turned onto County Road 53. Approaching the passenger side, Gentry spoke with the driver, Jerry Beard, who said he didn't have his license and asked the trooper to follow him to a nearby house to get it. The trooper instead asked Beard to write down his name and date of birth.
So I'm working on the car for a lady.
Okay.
And we just going right here. I'm going right here to this house right here.
Okay.
I just picked it up from down the street.
I got you. You got your license with you, man?
No, sir. It's at this house right here. I can go right here to this house and grab it for you.
It's fine. I'll just get your name and date of birth, okay?
No!
That's a folder. Oh, 1037, 1037. We're headed out back towards 67. He's in the vehicle.
While Trooper Gentry continued to look for an opportunity to execute the pit maneuver, support units deployed spike strips to deflate the suspect's tires. However, the driver spotted the plan from a distance and successfully swerved to avoid the spike strips.
Okay. Stupid ass. Okay. Put your hands right back. Okay. All right. 22.
At around 9:55 a.m. on October 1st, 2024, Officer Matthews was alerted about a stolen white Nissan NV spotted near Flint River Road. He and Officer Mosby located the vehicle parked near Building 29, with a woman behind the wheel and the engine running. When Matthews drew his weapon and ordered her to show her hands, she refused and moved to the passenger seat. As Mosby approached to break the window, the suspect jumped back into the driver's seat, reversed into a gate, and sped off. Both officers immediately began pursuit.
We're on the back side of 681 Flint River, coming out to Flint River in a second. Hey, be advised, unit, she's probably going to try to ram your vehicle. Back one, can somebody notify the man? Lieutenant Warren.
Give me an update.
We're coming out of the complex right now. She's gonna be stopping. Stand by. Back one radio on Flint River coming up to Terra Boulevard.
I'm clear on Flint and Terra.
Hey, somebody call this for me.
After the chase left the apartment complex onto Fayetteville Road, Matthews attempted a pit maneuver, but the impact wasn't enough to stop the suspect. The pursuit continued at speeds of roughly 60 to 80 miles per hour.
60 miles per hour, Fayetteville Road.
Alright, dude, it's only calling. Radio would be 138 coming up on Government Yard.
After passing North McDonough on Highway 138, Chief Toome took over as the primary unit in the pursuit. Near Government Circle, Deputy Chief Toome successfully executed a pit maneuver, causing the suspect's vehicle to leave the road, roll several times, and come to rest on the driver's side. Multiple officers quickly approached, made contact with the driver, and assisted her out of the vehicle. Around 5:27 p.m. on February 18, 2024, a North Olmsted officer attempted to pull over a Chrysler PT Cruiser on Brook Park Road for a license plate and brake light violation. The officer immediately activated emergency lights, but the driver refused to stop, continuing at a slow speed. When the officer turned on the siren as well, the driver still ignored the order to pull over.
He's reaching all around in the car. We'll be heading east on Brook Park. 10 tag in the window, Robert 693668. Black PT Cruiser. .31 miles an hour. He's coming to a stop, Brook Park in front of Dick's. He's taking off.
A few minutes later, officers deployed spike strips in an attempt to disable the suspect's vehicle, but they appeared to have little effect. Moments afterward, the driver accelerated, reaching speeds of around 60 miles per hour in an effort to flee.
On Brook Park, speeds are at 60 miles an hour, no traffic. Speeds 81 miles an hour, eastbound on Brook Park, passing Walmart. Reason for the stop, display of plates and brake light. Approaching Grace, Brook Park, Brook Park, eastbound, approaching Grace. Traffic's moderate, eastbound on Brook Park, past Grace. He crashed out, rollover MVA in front of O'Neill Healthcare. Start me a squad.
The chase continued eastbound on Brook Park Road. Just before reaching Clegg Road, the suspect lost control, sending the vehicle off the roadway and flipping multiple times. The driver was ejected during the crash. As officers approached the scene, the suspect complied and lay on the ground. From the overturned vehicle, the sound of a child crying could be heard. Officers quickly rushed in and safely removed the child from the smoking car.
Get on the ground! Spread your hands! Spread your hands! Are you the only one?
Standing there.
We have a kid in the vehicle. He's crying. Male's at gunpoint. I will. You stay right there. Just spread your legs and feet out. Okay, we got an ambulance coming.
The driver was identified as 30-year-old Antoine L. Lindsay. He was taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The child, who was buckled in the back seat, appeared unharmed but was also taken to the hospital as a precaution. Officers later learned Lindsay's license was suspended and he was illegally carrying a firearm. He now faces charges of failure to comply, having weapons under disability, and child endangerment.
driver's window down. Take the keys in the car and put them on the roof now. Put the keys on the roof now.
At around 12:17 p.m. on January 28, 2024, Trooper Jay Peters was conducting speed enforcement on State Road 50 near Braywood Street in Brooksville when he spotted a gray 2022 Dodge Challenger speeding eastbound. The vehicle was clocked at 77 miles per hour in a 50 miles per hour zone. Trooper Peters initiated a traffic stop near Lockhart Road and ran the vehicle's license plate, which came back registered to a rental company. The car had heavily tinted windows, and Trooper Peters used his PA system to instruct the driver to turn off the vehicle and place the keys on the roof. Instead, the driver fled westbound at high speed. A high-speed pursuit began after the suspect fled the initial traffic stop, heading westbound on State Road 50. The driver continued for roughly 7 miles, weaving through traffic at dangerous speeds and showing blatant disregard for public safety. The chase reached the area near Everglades Equipment at 22,255 Cortez Boulevard, where Trooper B. Hoagland attempted a pit maneuver. The attempt was unsuccessful and caused the suspect vehicle to continue westbound on Cortez Boulevard.
He's going, back eastbound. Back eastbound. Who's that ahead of me? Who's that?
The chase continued east for about 4 miles before the suspect lost control and crashed near the southeast corner of State Road 50 and County Road 541. A secondary crash occurred when the suspect's vehicle crossed a median and struck another motorist. The driver, identified as Brandon Corey Johnson, was found to have never held a valid driver's license. 3 passengers were in the car, including 2 minors, a 10-year-old and a 15-year-old. The Department of Children and Families responded and opened a child abuse investigation.
No, sir. That sounds right when I run right there. Gotcha. Good job. Good job. Don't you fucking move. Don't you move. Put on the car. Quick, hold the door. All right.
At about 9:45 p.m. on August 2nd, 2025, Trooper Bailey was on patrol when he spotted a black vehicle rapidly approaching from behind at over 100 miles per hour. He activated his emergency lights in an attempt to stop the car, but it sped past, clearly intent on fleeing. What the driver may have forgotten, however, was that he was in Arkansas, where a high-speed pursuit had just officially begun.
Go back off of 91. Get behind the trooper. 91, where you at? I'm behind the front of Northwind. Copy. So you get to them things that they come up to 118, speeding up 115 and 120. Adam 8, 257, eastbound. Control left 400. Right, 142. I'm coming up on 118. I go. Time for TVI. Past 118. Coming up to Noah Bay. We're going to go overpass. Speed 120. Passing on the inside.
Determining the vehicle posed a serious danger to others, officers decided to end the pursuit with a high-speed pit maneuver. Trooper Bailey executed the pit at 110 miles per hour, causing the car to spin counterclockwise. But the driver quickly regained control and continued speeding away.
TVI. Just getting back in it. TVI recovered. 22. Please continue.
We're back on still eastbound.
What's the vehicle description? Toyota passenger car. Coming up military overpass. 91 is that you? 91 is that me when I'm behind you. Come on, pass all of us in the middle line. Okay, 90, I'm secondary behind state police. Cars are dropped out if you can. We have 30 units in.
Don't fucking do that! What are you doing?
State police, that's up for DDI. We're going to be right before the 121, speed to 101, passing on the shoulder. Speeds are 115 going under the Alco overpass. State TVI right at Burlington. TVI at Burlington, low over.
The chase reached speeds of over 120 miles per hour. After just over 2 minutes, another patrol unit pulled ahead and executed a successful pit maneuver at 115 miles per hour, sending the vehicle into a concrete barrier. The car skidded along the roadway before coming to a stop. The driver attempted to exit and flee on foot, but officers quickly closed in, apprehending both the driver and the passenger. The incident remains under investigation.
Don't fucking move! Don't fucking move! Don't fucking move! Give him a... I'm sorry! Yeah, you sorry. I'm sorry! Go ahead! Go ahead! Hands on! Hands on! Hands on! Hands on! Pull him up! Pull him up!
On March 18, 2024, Trooper Lucas was conducting radar enforcement on U.S. Highway 441 near the 13,500 block when he observed a white Dodge Challenger speeding southbound. He estimated the speed at 94 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone, confirmed by radar at 96 miles per hour. Trooper Lucas turned around, activated his emergency lights and siren, but the driver failed to stop, initiating a pursuit.
Lines are going to...
Alright, we do have a hit on the stop sticks. Alright, we're still going a little too fast to pit. Rear driver's side's going out.
Tampa, rear driver's side going out.
Report 9.0.
A few minutes later, as the Dodge Challenger began to slow down, Trooper Lucas attempted a pit maneuver, but the driver swerved and successfully evaded it. The vehicle continued to flee at speeds of 130 miles per hour, at times exceeding 140 miles per hour.
I'm right here with you. Good. Singapore.
Singapore, station 33.
And if I can get a chance to bid, I'm going to tell you.
Stand by. Singapore.
Very good about it. You got power lines down.
Hold the channel.
Singapore, station 33.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
On January 4th, 2026, at approximately 8:15 p.m., Sergeant R. Plyler was traveling westbound on Highway 70 East near Cedar Creek Road when he observed a black Honda Civic traveling eastbound at 83 miles per hour in a posted 60 miles per hour zone. Sergeant Plyler activated his emergency lights as the vehicle passed and made a U-turn. He quickly caught up after the Honda moved into the outside lane. While following directly behind with lights and sirens activated, the driver failed to yield or stop, prompting a vehicle pursuit.
Eastbound 70, approaching County Road 22561. The Arkansas 633, young married now, 633, YMA, be a black passenger Honda. Currently failure to yield, speeds currently still 70.
about 20.
Approaching 128, Highway 128, still 74, failure to yield. Go ahead and call 1037.
819.
Just over 1 minute later, a precision pit maneuver was executed, sending the Honda Civic off the roadway and into the grassy shoulder on the south side. The driver, later identified as Josiah Samuel Gomez, complied with verbal commands and was taken into custody without further incident.
Trying to flee. I was trying to head to the gas station, so we had light.
Around 12:17 p.m. on December 12th, 2025, the Little Rock Police Department requested assistance with a vehicle pursuit on southbound Highway 530 near the 3-mile marker. The chase continued south at speeds reaching 104 miles per hour. Trooper Jacobs responded and began searching for the pursuit. After moving into the lead position, Trooper Jacobs successfully executed a pit maneuver, forcing the vehicle off the roadway to the right shoulder and down a small embankment where it was disabled. Both the driver and the passenger were taken into custody without further incident. While seated in the rear of Trooper Jacobs' patrol vehicle, the suspect began biting the headrest, tearing the upholstery, and chewing through part of the foam padding. On April 16, 2024, at approximately 2:48 p.m., Trooper M. Ledden was notified by Troop A dispatch that North Little Rock police were pursuing a red Dodge Ram 150 northbound on U.S. Highway 67-167 in connection with a theft investigation. Trooper Ledden positioned himself just before the Redmond Road exit to intercept the vehicle. As the suspect approached, he activated his emergency lights and siren, took over as the lead unit, and notified dispatch. Seeing a break in traffic, Trooper Ledden moved in to perform a TBI. He positioned the front passenger side of his patrol unit near the rear driver's side of the suspect vehicle and made contact, causing it to spin 360 degrees to the left. Despite the maneuver, the suspect regained control and continued northbound on US 67/167. Near the Gregory Street exit, the suspect vehicle got stuck in traffic, abruptly braked, and hit a civilian car. Trooper Ledden tried to pin the vehicle, but the suspect broke free and continued northbound. Seeing another traffic gap, Trooper Ledden attempted a second TBI. As the suspect merged left to block him, Ledden struck the rear, causing the vehicle to spin 90 degrees, hit the left wall, rotate another 90 degrees, and strike the right wall. Trooper Ledden then pinned the vehicle and ended the pursuit.
Stupid ass motherfucker, man. Fuck it is. Alright, call somebody. Okay. That was stupid. You could have killed yourself. Or that person you fucking hit.
The driver was taken into custody without further incident. While securing the scene, Trooper Ledden found a small baggie containing a white crystalline substance near the area of the first TBI. He handed the evidence to a North Little Rock officer who noted it was similar to another baggie recovered from the suspect's pocket.
I'm now with vehicle that got rear-ended at 1016. We're right here in front of Baptist Health Urgent Care on 67.
At around 10:28 p.m. on August 23, 2023, Trooper A. Matthews spotted a group of 6 to 8 sport bikes racing eastbound on Georgia State Route 316 near Sugarloaf Parkway. When he activated his lights and siren to stop them, the riders sped up, triggering a high-speed chase.
Coming over to Riverside Parkway, Atlanta, if you would notify Gwinnett for me, please.
5795, you can get the update. You still behind them?
Yeah, I'm trying to get through this traffic and get them cut off right here at the exit. Stand by.
Hey, young guy, I'm chasing these motorcycles coming up right here. There's a pack of motorcycles. They're probably going the wrong way at this point.
One motorcycle, a black Suzuki JS1 with Tennessee plate K88744, sped past Trooper Matthews on the right shoulder and continued fleeing. Trooper Matthews pursued as it exited onto Duluth Highway northbound. A channelization maneuver blocked the bike from re-entering GA 316 westbound, prompting the rider to make a U-turn and flee southbound instead.
Going back 316, the opposite direction. Going back 316 on the opposite direction.
10-4 southbound 316.
Another U-turn, Atlanta, back on the exit, I guess is Riverside.
Next exit, Jimmy Carter Boulevard.
Making his way all the way over to the right, might take the exit.
Nope. Hey, what kind of vehicle is it?
All right, passing Jimmy Carter, I believe. Hang on. Making his way over to the right, making his way over to the right. Coming up to Chamblee Tucker. King 88744, K88744 is the tag, Atlanta. I'm close enough to read it. He's just got more acceleration than I do. Shallowford Road. We're passing up Chamblee Tucker, headed to Shallowford, 85 southbound.
10-4, pass on Chamblee Tucker from Shallowford.
EDK Airport.
Bill southbound, approach 91.
Passing Claremont Road.
Alright, I'm close enough to 795. We'll get you on. I'll try to call for you. We're coming up to North Road.
10-4, pass the Claremont, approach North Druid. North Druid.
Taking left on North Druid. Left up on North Druid. Dim those lights if you can. Turn on to Cliff Valley.
Taking Cliff Valley.
Head in.
The pursuit ended at the dead end of Childerley Lane when the suspect stopped. Trooper Tierney pulled the rider from the motorcycle and ordered him to the ground. The suspect refused to comply, hiding his hands and trying to push himself up as 3 troopers struggled to restrain him. Trooper Matthews delivered several strikes to the suspect's ribs, while Corporal Holman deployed a taser in drive-stun mode, which was ineffective due to layered clothing. After a final strike to the suspect's face and repeated commands, the suspect surrendered and was taken into custody. He was identified as Mohammed Diarcia and sustained minor injuries. He was treated by the jail nurse at Gwinnett County Jail.
I got one. I got him.